Hey, welcome back to Queens Talking Reality. I am Elisa,
And
and
I'm Farah.
yes, and we are back and we are here to discuss Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 10. This episode was called From Crashing Waves to Crashing Out. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I love this episode. It was juicy. But it started out to me, it started out corny. I was not into the relay racing. But yes, they started out relay racing, kayaking, and I know Farrah, you was into that. You watched that scene, which I did not. I skipped it.
I watch everything so I could report back. So, I mean, they had some good, funny scenes where you could see Phaedra and Jackie uh, in the middle of the whatever they were in the sea, and you could see that their canoe was like headed off the wrong direction. They show Contessa and Heavily trying to work together, and Cecil and what's her name, Simone one, and the psychiatrist. I don't know her name, and her husband. He's I guess a former football player, so of course he's athletic. But they won. That was it. Nothing great was going on. It was just funny just to see Jackie and Phaedra pedaling away. That was the funniest.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So
Mhm.
fast. Nothing great. So you fast forwarded. Great decision.
Yes, exactly. Not wasting a second of that my life on that uninteresting part. So
Yeah.
the next scene is they were getting ready for the pool party that was not a pool party. And they started to make their entrances to the pool party. And Phaedra walked in. Was it Phaedra first?
Phaedra walked in last. Who walked in was Heavily, and then it was Simone. But Heavily looked good. She looks good. I'm not gonna.
Yes.
She looked good. Even Simone, even flat behind Simone came out there. I mean, I ain't say she had a flat behind. They all talk about her behind being flat through every episode. But she looked good. They all look good. Everyone looked good. Everyone looked good. Phaedra's so-called boo thing came. She looked good, butt cheeks out. Let me ask you a question. Let's see. I read there's a couples trip. Do you think it's okay to wear butt cheeks out with other husbands there? Like, and you're
No.
single. I don't know. I think it's very inappropriate. Like all booty cheeks out with Phaedra.
No. I would never do that around like a man's gonna be a man. So I just feel like you're asking for attention from other men. I just would not like I get it. Like if you got a like thick, luscious body like me, it's still gonna show no matter what. But I'm not going to overdo it. I don't want to OD where I'm really trying to get attention where I got my butt cheeks out. I don't want that type of attention from my people's man. No.
Yeah, she don't leave nothing to imagination. If I know how butt cheek looks like, I just feel like it's very inappropriate, especially being the single female there. And everybody's kind of like starstruck, like, oh, it's Phaedra Parks from Atlanta. To them, it's like they act like fan. And if you look, who kind of like looks and gives that smile is Cecil. They all check out Phaedra, but Cecil always has this smile on her face when he looks at it. Just look. There's a smile when she came
That's what
out.
I'm saying. I mean, I don't know if it's just Cecil. I think, I mean, maybe he's just more like he doesn't have control like the rest of them do. But I think a man gonna be a man. They gonna give a little sneak peek. It's just the way you do it. You got to be on the low with it. And don't let me see it as your wife. And you all like, yeah, you. I don't want my man salivating, but yeah, you better take a quick look or whatever. Don't let me see it. But I don't like it. I don't want nobody showing their butt cheeks. I just think have respect, like for other people's man that you're around. Like if you know, especially if you're the single woman around, like unfortunately people are gonna judge you like you're the whore. And they're not gonna want their wives to hang out with you a lot of the times. That's how a lot of men are when they think like, oh, I'm going out with Phaedra. You're going out with Phaedra, single Phaedra. What are you gonna be whoring around the town with her? So I don't know. I just wouldn't want to give off that impression when I'm around my homegirl's man. No.
I agree. There was no reason for her to wear those outfits unless she wanted to impress that single guy. But you could do that in the
Mm-hmm.
bedroom at the time. I just didn't think a lot of the time she's wearing to me inappropriate stuff. You're the single female. And this is not it. This is why. Hey girl, you're back.
Yes.
So Jella, I'm gonna call it Jella. So I agree, Lisa, it's disrespectful. I agree too. I think it's very tasteless, disrespectful. And again, this is why I think she's a better fit for Atlanta. Show your ass there. Because
Yeah.
Atlanta, her, and Portia, they love showing their booty cheeks. So do that there. Thinking this is doctors, not that doctors don't show their booty cheeks. It just looks tacky. You just look beneath them just by doing that.
Yes.
So next, so yeah, they all started coming in. What else happened? That's what I feel like. I feel like they all started coming in. They just boom, sat down. Let's start asking questions.
But what do you think about Phaedra's man? Do you think he was a rented man, or was that really somebody that she really into, or did she just drag him out the, woodworks and be like, just come with me, because I need to show a warm body?
I think she said, come with me. I'll pay for your flight. You got a free trip. Come and pretend you into me. I mean, he's attracted to Phaedra. She's a good looking woman. But it was more like, look, I need a man. I need a body here. I'll give you some money to come through this trip. I'm not going to give you money, but I'll pay for your flights. You could pay for your room, and you got a free trip. What man would say no? And you got time to be on TV and act like you into a good-looking woman. Any man, he would have done it. He's not bad looking.
Yes, I definitely don't think that they're into each other. I don't think so.
She said, Josh said, I heard Phaedra knew him before the speed dating. I heard that too from Heavenly's show, that Phaedra actually knew him before the show. It's kind of like, oh, I know you. Let's just kind of act like we're together, whatever. And that he's Apollo's friend. So we'll catch more of that tea later on, because it seems like Phaedra and Apollo get into it. But suppose he said to Phaedra, I know Apollo, but I think he probably knew Phaedra before the show, and she needed somebody to be there and was like, look, act like you like me more than just us being friends.
And I think that was more of a reason why she wanted to have a man there, with Apollo coming with his girlfriend, and she would be the only single one. I definitely think she just, like you said, offered him some perks, and he was down, and I would be too.
But Apollo's now not coming. Apollo's wife is not coming. She's like, I don't want to deal with this ratchet mess. She didn't know the wife wasn't coming, I think. I think that's why she told this guy will come. But now Apollo's coming by himself. Remember? That happens on
Oh no, I didn't know he didn't. I didn't know he was coming by himself. I thought the wife was with him.
Well, stop fast forwarding and pay attention. The wife
they didn't show it. He's gonna be on the next episode. He wasn't on this.
He's gonna be there, but the wife isn't coming.
But that's not going to be till the next episode where he really shows up and shows out. They didn't show him this episode.
Yeah, but this episode, not Phaedra, Heavenly tells Simone that Apollo's coming by himself. His wife is not coming. They went back.
Oh,
Apollo saying, I'm coming by myself.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that part.
The wife ain't coming for whatever reason. So now Phaedra thinking Apollo's coming for a chick. So she's being a man. Now Apollo's coming by himself, and he's going to feel like, wait. So Jella said, and they used that as an excuse to invite Apollo and his wife on the trip, which was dumb. Well, it was dumb, but we needed some mess. And Apollo's good for TV and look good. So hey.
Yes, invite him. Heavenly and them know what they're doing.
Yeah, we want to see a little tea, because the only person that look good there is Portia's man.
Okay, see, Jella's right. She said the wife was there, y'all. See?
When? Unless he lied to Phaedra. I mean, not to Phaedra, to Heavenly, because this episode, correct me if I'm wrong, Jella, because this episode, Heavenly said Apollo's coming by himself. So maybe he lied and did show up. Apollo's wife did go, and she almost kicked Phaedra. Like, oh, where you getting the tank? Oh, child. I didn't. Okay, well, I'm wrong then, but that's what Phaedra said. Not Phaedra, that's what Heavenly said to Simone in this episode. So maybe it was a lie, and then she ended up coming. But that's what he said, that, oh, my wife is not coming.
Okay, yeah, I thought she was there too, because I thought that's what they showed in the preview. I remember seeing the wife there.
That's what I vaguely remembered. She said apparently that's the reason Phaedra's going back to Housewives, because Mrs. Apollo almost put the pause on her. She needed security. Child, like Phaedra, child. Phaedra. Really? Yo, people are running against security. Heavily. I heard Dr. G had to get security when King ran after him. And now Phaedra, all that mouth Faye got. Girl, you from Atlanta. You should be able to handle that. Okay. So let's see. Hopefully. Next. What happened? They now sitting down and doing this. I don't know. All these trips. Something always go left when you have couples. So I think when they do
especially when they doing like that, they did the hot seat instead of having a pool party. There was no pool in sight. I didn't see nobody with swimsuits on. So instead they did a whole Heavenly's games always turn into a messy situation.
I mean, she purposely does that, but I can well contest to her, but she actually looked good this time. She didn't look as thin as I had said from last time. She looked good. Contessa, this episode, she looked good. Squad came for bathing suit. So now Heavenly makes it messy. And I'm like, oh my God, if I was on a trip like that, I've never done a couples trip. I don't know. I would feel comfortable with those questions. Those questions would, to me, were not questions I would want to be. I would want to. How many times you have sex? What are the questions they ask? I would think that was the most intimate question, but it was just too messy.
Yeah, but other husbands and stuff there, you talking about like, you know, I don't know. I didn't like it either. It was getting too sexual. Like, are y'all in the orgy? Y'all gonna have a little orgy or something? I didn't like it.
Orgies, oh my God. Not that they're gonna have orgies, but I feel like it was inappropriate. Nobody needs to know how many times I'm having sex with my man.
No, why are you talking about sex? It's almost like you priming everybody to have a little orgy session. Why are you talking all about? Why is everybody talking about sex around each other's man? And I ain't like it. I'll be uncomfortable talking about how I'm busted wide open. We having sex 20 times a day. Like, come on. I would not want my friend's husband to be knowing that type of information about me and my man.
Exactly. Considering the other wives aren't going to be getting it in. So what was the question? So let's jump in. I don't remember what the questions were. How long it took you to give it up. So Jella said, I asked Dr. Heavenly if it was her idea to invite Apollo or Productions idea. She didn't answer me. Aw. I think it was probably production and Heavenly also saying we need some more drama on this trip. I think
absolutely. Heavenly is like the silent producer. She is absolutely, she's the one who invited Sweet Tea on the show. That was her idea, like to bring Sweet Tea and Dr. G on the show. So I absolutely think Heavenly is definitely trying to be like an executive producer of that show. That was all, I believe it was all her idea.
And I also think she does this because she knows maybe I don't think she expected this blow up with Quad and King and Sweet Tea and Dr. G. It's like, this trip may not be as exciting. I need drama. And I think she want to get dirt on Phaedra. I think she want to kind of like stir Phaedra up, which is true because Phaedra just been coasting through this season and last season. She wants some tea. She knew her bring Apollo kind of have some effect on Phaedra. So I'm in agreement with her. I would have done the same thing. She said, Jella said, because Apollo's out of the place. Yeah, he's out of place on that show. All of a sudden, he's Damon's patient. Like, where did that come from? All of a sudden, he's a patient of Damon, daddy, and she's inviting him on the trip randomly, knowing Phaedra's going. I think she wanted to stir up the mess and was hoping there will be mess because, again, she wasn't sure if there's going to be mess with Quad. So, and it could have just been a regular, nice couples trip. So I think she's like, look, we want to stir up some kind of. So I get it. Contessa wears the wrong thing accidentally on purpose. I think that girl did it on purpose. She came in there with bathing see-through. I mean, Quad did too, but she did it for attention. I think she knows she's gonna be a.
But she did think it. No, but she thought it was a pool party.
So did everybody else, but they covered up. Quad thought it was that. She covered up.
Well, I didn't see none of them in no bathing suits. Did any of them have on bathing suits besides Contessa? They did. Oh, I don't remember seeing no bathing suits there.
Like a full long cover. She had a bathing suit, but it was a full on cover up. Contessa came there, had basically in a bathing suit. But Phaedra was outfit. I think right now it's. I don't know if she's. Oh, I'm trying to be sexy for my man, or I want to let these beasts know. Look at his body, whatever it was. She doing too much with her outfits. She said Cecil said that it wasn't Heavenly's fault this time. Yeah, that was funny about that. But overall, Contessa, I noticed she's been dressing very revealing. And it could be because of the cheating rumors about her man and she's trying to spice it up. Or because she knows she's on TV and want everybody to see her body. I don't know what it is, but she's been dressed very revealing this season.
I think she's working hard on her body because she improved it. Like she's more toned. And I think she wants the world to see like the hard work she put in. She wants to show it off.
Exactly. I don't think it's always a pool party. That's what, because she could have worn something else covered up and then came in. But she looks good. It's not like her body's like Phaedra, the whole butt cheeks out. So it was like, all right. So Jill said, right, try and show off her muscular body. Yes. But this time she didn't look that bad. It didn't look so muscular this time. For some reason, it looked a little bit better this time than the other episodes. Moving right along, let's get to the good part of Quad and the questions that were asked. So they asked how many times a week you having sex. Quad said 15. Everybody said 1, 2, 0. I'm like, Ain't your coochie swelled up? Isn't it 15? That's a lot of time. I don't give a damn. That is a whole lot of sex.
But if you're
Okay.
not doing much, maybe you thinking of a like of you working, you doing like you take care of kids. She don't have kids. They're kind of new in a relationship. I don't know if they always are together. Like, what else are they doing? Is she's not working? Like, so I think that's believable.
I don't believe it. So to me, I'm
I
doing
think
the
that's
calculations in
believable.
my mind. I'm doing calculations in my mind. You say 15 times a week. Are we counting Monday to Friday? Are we counting Sunday to Friday? What days? That's what I'm saying. Twice a day. That's what I'm calculating in my head. Twice a day, 5 days. That's already 10 days. That's a lot of time. I don't know what she's doing. That morning, I don't know. And he's young, so I get it. So now that I think about the age, she gotta keep the man. She gotta keep the man. He's young. His stamina, she gotta keep him. So if
But I
she
think
put
a lot of her answers. I think a lot of her answers were for Greg. Like, I believe like a
I
lot of her answers
agree.
was directed at Greg, and she was trying to get a reaction.
I agree. I don't believe the girl's having sex 15 times a day. I mean 15 times a week. I don't believe she's having sex 15 times in a week. Maybe in the beginning of the relationship, but you still doing this every week, 15 times. Girl, you're gonna be sore. It's gonna be swelled up. It's gonna be hurting. I don't know how she keep it up. And he's young. Nah, she said multiple times on some days. That whole line of questions was for Dr. G. I agree. The way she answered it was for Dr. G because she know he couldn't hold it and do 15
Absolutely.
times.
No, the answers, not the questions.
The answers
The
were
questions weren't for Dr.
at
G.
him.
I think those answers that she was giving.
Correct. 15 times a time. And whoever was asking those questions was being messy, and she purposely was digging at him and saying these things. But I'm wondering, was she right or wrong? And she was tipsy. I don't know if she was that tipsy, but she was saying all this stuff about the thing. Okay, I like Quad, but the thing I didn't like with this episode was when you brag and do all this stuff about your man. Oh, King, my man, that shit could blow up in your face. If he dumps you, know how much they're gonna laugh at you and make you feel dumb for kind of like praising this guy and making it seem like he's the best thing ever. She was doing too much. That's what I think. And Jella said, but I think heavily asked the questions that the answers would get under. I agree. But I just
Probably,
feel
yeah,
like
that too. I can see that side.
I think to me, Quad is praising this man a little bit too much. Girl, slow down, get a ring, have a baby, but it's too much of King is this, he's the best father, he's this. Everything about this man is great. God forbid this relationship don't last, you're gonna look real dumb. And a lot of
No, but
women,
I think she was first. No, but she was drunk, and I think everything that she was saying, I think it was directed at Dr. G. Like, I don't think she really even. I think she was ODing with her answers to get under Dr. G's skin. That's the only reason she was giving those answers. I
yeah,
believe. I don't think she even believed it. I just think she was just overdoing it. Like, I don't even think she was like believing that herself. It was all of those answers was for Dr. G.
Dupas, I believe Quad and King with the number, but she definitely went to go at Dr. G. I agree. Then she mentioned about them having a baby. I was like, oh God. I was watching it, I was uncomfortable. I wasn't there. When she mentioned, oh, I want you guys to have a baby, I said, what is going on? She mentioned, I wanted to, or I will plan the baby shower. Oh, the part that I know digged and hurt Greg. Jesus Christ. When she said, he had me bust wide open. He's such a great father. I busted wide open and have a baby for him. First of all, what? Knowing you never wanted to have a baby with this man. So she was really digging at him. And I had to say he composed himself long enough until she went at him. Oh, I want you guys to have a baby. I pray. Like, why are you doing that? And King did not
She
stop.
desperately wants their attention. She definitely wants the attention, and I think she wants it so bad, and she's not getting it. Like, I honestly think like she wants him to have a reaction. She wants him to feel like you lost out. And maybe he does feel like that, but he's not showing it. I believe he's really happy with Sweet Tea. No matter how she got him. Yes, she was in his DMs, but she got him. And I think he seems happier with her. And I think he's really not giving Quad that attention that she's seeking. He's not showing like, oh my God, I'm down and out. I wish I had her back. Like, he's not really giving that to me. Like, the way that they was like kept going in, like even Toya and them, they kept like focusing on Dr. G, like as if he was really like mad and angry. To me, yeah, he did get angry after a while, but I think he held it together. But it was like Quad, even when she was talking about the baby shower. How does the baby shower turn into, yeah, I'm gonna throw you a baby shower and then I'm gonna throw it in a circle. I'm gonna throw it in a circle. I was like, what? She really wants his attention so desperately.
Which lets me know she might still have feelings for him. Why would you care? My whole thing is you have a good looking man. You have a good looking man. You know you look better than your ex. He got whatever. I wouldn't give a damn. That's what the way that Sweet Tea and Dr. G acted towards Quad and her man shows me he's somewhat over Quad to some extent. He's happy. You letting me not question about your relationship because you trying to dig at this man. Why? If you have with your man, focus with your man. Don't worry about them. She wanted a reaction from him. Why, the question is, why do you want a reaction for someone you left and don't give a damn about?
And what do you think about him? Like, what do you think about him going in, like Dr. G, like when finally Sweet Tea did respond and was like, no, it was Toya who said something first. She interrupted and she's like, Quad, like it's just uncomfortable. This is getting uncomfortable. I think Quad kind of stirred the pot a little bit, if you ask me. Quad. And she was just like, because she said like, Toya, I meant Toya stirred the pot. And she was the one that was like, well, this is getting uncomfortable. Dr. G is right in back of you. And you're talking about this. And I was like, Dr. G is, and I would have spoke up if I would have been worse than Sweet Tea. I would have been worse because I would have been like, he is unbothered. We both are unbothered. Like, why are you even saying, Toya would have got on my nerves. Like, why are you talking to, like, yeah, we are in backup, but she can say whatever she want to say. Like, I don't care. He's unbothered and he better be unbothered.
But Sweet Tea was trying to get to that point and Dr. G kept shutting her down. Oh, quiet. Don't talk. And I was like, hello. And Jella said she don't blame Quad though. I mean, Quad could have just left it at he's a great guy, he's a great dad. That's it. But all the stuff getting in about the baby shower is kind of like throwing shade because they probably struggling having a baby. I felt that was shade because you already know they're going through fertility issues. Oh, I'll throw you a baby shower. Oh, I want you guys to have a baby. That was to be throwing shade. I don't think she meant it in a way
of like, think so.
Have a baby. You think she really meant she wanted them to have a baby? I think she was trying to throw shade because she.
Yes, I think everything she was saying. No, but I think she was saying that to come at Greg to let him know, like, yeah, I didn't want a baby with you, but now I want a baby because I got a man. I got a real man. And then she kept emphasizing he was made for me. Like, this is great. This is the great thing that ever happened to me. I think everything she was saying was to make Greg feel like dirt.
Less than. And Jill said, because how dare he bring that grown-up show, Quad show. And that's where she's at. To me, Quad show, not Quad show. And then DuPont said Quad acted horrible. I don't think she wants him, but she doesn't want anyone else to want him. So let's cover one. Jella, what she said. I don't think it was anything about Quad show, not Quad show. It's a show. She was on there because of whatever, Dr. G. Because if he wasn't a doctor, she wouldn't married him. She would have been on the show. I think what she did was over the top. She could have stuck with her question about how many times they had sex, not carried on. Oh, yeah, we have sex on the start. And I think she overstepped when she started saying, oh, I want them to have a baby. I'm happy about their relationship. She went overboard. My question is, if you're happy with your man, you're in a happy relationship, why do you even have to dig at the man? There's no reason to dig at him if you're so happy. And I've been in that situation with my new man and my ex-husband. He was with his wife the first time we met. I didn't have to dig because when you're happy, you don't think Dr. G see, oh, she's happy. Oh, imagine, oh, he's probably blown her back out. Oh, he's a good-looking man. He's successful. He sees all of that. So there's no reason for you to keep throwing it in his face. You left him. You're doing good. I wouldn't have to throw anything in his face because you could see the perfection. So I didn't, when I met my throw my man in his face. You can see it. You can see I'm happy. You can see him. You can see the progress. You can see the upgrade. So why am I rubbing it in your face? So Jill said they have kind of rubbed Sweet Tea in Quad's face and she got there. Yeah, but Sweet Tea, man. And the person that was rubbing Sweet Tea in Quad's face, I don't think it was, I don't remember him rubbing Sweet Tea in his face. In her face. I don't remember Greg rubbing Sweet Tea in Quad's face. I remember the other girls rubbing it in her face, or Squeeze T doing it. I don't remember Greg
Yeah.
rubbing Sweet T in Quad's face.
Yeah, I don't
remember
think so too. I think Greg is genuinely happy, and I don't think. Let me tell you something about her being on Quad show. I don't give a damn if. Let me tell you something. If the producers come at me, they ringing my phone. I'm gonna be like, "Hello, oh, you want me on the show? You offering me a big bag? I'm going to be on that show. If I'm Sweet Tea, I'm gonna talk Dr. G into it." Or Dr. G talk me into it, vice versa. I don't care who's talking to it. They offering me a Bravo bag. I'm not leaving that on the table. I'm going to go in there with bells on up on that show. I don't give a damn whose show it is.
I agree. And then Jealous said, yeah, you're right. She should have paid Dr. G dust and focus on her man. Exactly. What I would have done, if you want to get a little bit in his skin, kiss my man, make sure his hands on my thigh, making him leave his shirt open like she did. Look what I got. A six-pack, now your big belly. He's young. I would show like a little bit more affection towards him, looking like how good I look. That, but me and engaging with her and him, I would not, because that made her look bad. I'm not gonna lie. I like Quad. She's one of my favorite. That made me think like, are you really as happy as you are with your man? Because if you happy, you don't have to keep, oh, he's so great, he's so great, he's so great. Why are you doing that? And if you bothered,
and if I were king, I'm sorry, I would have checked her like the way that Dr. G was kind of checking Sweet Tea. I think King should have checked Quad. Like, listen, relax. Like, I'm here. Like, we together. Like, relax. I'm gonna kill these dogs making all this noise. Like, I would have just been like, relax.
I disagree. I think he handled it exactly perfectly for now, because eventually he's gonna check Greg. He let it go. It was between you and your ex. You want to look a fool and act up. He didn't really disrespect Quad, because after that, well, he did say, "Oh, you always shut your mouth." He said something about you always talking too much. He didn't call her bitch. He didn't do that. He just laid back and kind of like, all right, you want to go toe to toe with your ex? Go ahead. He didn't disrespect Quad. It didn't get physical. He didn't stand up. He just let her vent and say what she had to say to her man. I think King handled it right. Now, Greg tells Sweet Tea to calm down, shut up, be quiet, don't talk. What I tell you, I didn't like that. Yeah, go toe to toe with Quad. Because Quad said something. This is where it's a little bit of the jealousy, and you could tell a little bit of the hate came in. A little when she's like, "Oh, you trying to be me?" or something. Quad said something to Sweet Tea.
Yeah.
Quad being drunk showed to me a little bit of jealousy of her relationship, or maybe
definitely
that alcohol.
I think she wants Greg to be. I think she wants a reaction from Greg, and he's not giving her that reaction. I have a friend like that. That I feel like they're not together anymore, but I think she wants his attention still. And it's like when he's not showing it, I do think you start feeling like you act. And I think she was drunk, and drunk, as they say, a drunk person speaks a sober mind. And I do believe like she wanted his attention. He wasn't giving it to her. So she was just acting out, like overly acting out, like to get that attention that he was not giving her. And she kept trying, and it just wasn't working out in her favor.
Yeah, because remember, they were together the whole trip. And Dr. G and TT at one point in the room together, he's like, "Oh, you see, I haven't paid them." This was before the whole confrontation. He was like, "Oh, you see, I haven't paid them any attention. I haven't spoken to them." So Quad thought me coming there with my man, I'm going to see reaction. And he probably was like, whatever, paying dust, focus on his wife. She'd come in there looking good, and he didn't pay her no mind. So I think, and even though Quad act like, oh, she's secure, she's probably like, damn, he really is over me. Like, damn, so he really is. Some women are like that. They don't want to be with you, but they don't want you happy, and they don't want you to be happy. But that lets me know Quad isn't really happy, because when I'm happy, I want everybody. I don't give a damn what's going on. I'm in an island with my man, and we supposed to be having sex 15 times a week. So we put in it twice a day on that trip. Why am I focused on him and his wife? Why would I even care? So Quad looked terrible on this episode, drunk or not. She should have just not said anything. So jealous
But I
said,
get what I don't know. I don't believe that Dr. G is like playing it for TV that he's happy. I do think he's really happy with her. I think he's unhappy that she's not able to produce these twins that she promised. She's a twin, he's a twin, he wants twins. He thought like she can bust two out and they're having difficulty. So I do believe he's unhappy about that. But I just think that he was I don't know, to me I just think I feel him when he was trying to shut he shouldn't have shut her up like that, his white sweet tea. But I do feel like he wanted to play it cool. He did not want to react and give in to what Qua was doing. She wanted a reaction, and then Sweet Tea was giving her that reaction. So I get what he was doing, but he did go over the top when he was trying to shut her up. Like he was being loud, and I know he wanted Sweet Tea to shut up, and she wouldn't shut up. But I get what he wanted to display, like some kind of like he wanted to keep his composure.
he wasn't even keeping his composure. That's what Sweet Tea was saying. He
Because
didn't
she wasn't.
No, but before that,
He was in the beginning. He was all along.
But eventually he went at Quad. Eventually he said something to Quad. In the beginning, he didn't. But eventually he did go at Quad. He didn't ignore her totally. Eventually he went and was like, "Oh, you always talk." He said something. Shut your mouth. He said something to her. But after he was going back to Quad, so he didn't keep his composure. After a while, he just couldn't take it anymore. Because he's like, "Oh." When she's like, "Oh, thank you," she said something to the effect, or like, "Oh, I'm happy for you guys," or something. He basically said something like, "Oh, we don't need your opinion." Something he said to that effect. I can't remember exact words.
Yeah, he was like, "I don't need you to be happy
for me," or something. Yeah. Like that's when it got ugly. So Just says she shouldn't have turned around and addressed Dr. G directly, and she shouldn't have told her he shouldn't have told her to shut up and talk to her. And Sweet Tea, like he wanted his. Yeah, I didn't like the way he was talking to Sweet Tea. I think Sweet Tea, oh yeah, he said shut up to Quad. But I think Sweet Tea did the right thing talking back. I don't know why he was trying to shut her up. She's right. If somebody's coming and talking to me, I want to say something too. I'm not going to look like a punk and I'm scared of her. No, Sweet Tea, I'm not a fan of Sweet Tea, but I agree with her. You talking trash to me, I'm talking right back. And my man, if I was
especially when you're talking about you're going to throw it. Yeah. And then you're talking about you're going to throw us a baby shower and then you're going to throw it in a circle and all of this. And then, you could just tell like she wanted his attention and I would have gave it to her. Like she wanted, you want my husband's attention, I'm going to give you that attention that you need. But I get both sides. I get how Sweet Tea wanted to react to her and stick up for herself and her man. And I get how Dr. G did not want to give her that attention. It's kind of like if you watch Huntsville with Marceau, I don't know if anybody else watches it, but you see how Marceau has his wife under control when he's getting into it with Martell and them. He tells Tisha to shut the hell up, and she shuts the hell up. So I think that's the control that Dr. G wanted in that situation. He wanted to hold his composure. Don't give them what they want. Don't give them let's be cool. Let's be calm and collected. But when she responded, it was kind of like you fell into that trap. I would fall into the trap too. I would have been worse than Sweet Tea. So I get Dr. G's side and I get Sweet Tea's side of things. Like the way she reacted and the way Dr. G reacted. But don't curse her out and all that. No.
Yeah, but the thing is, Dr. G fell for it too. That's what she's saying. If he was controlling his composure, and Sweet Tea jumped, then I could see something. But he was going to with Quad toe to toe first.
No, he wasn't. He said a little comment. He wasn't. He made a little comment, and then it should have been like, I think he just wanted to make the comment and shut it down. Like we don't need your thank you, and let's period. End of that. But then when Sweet Tea starts talking, you know how women get now y'all gonna start bickering and stuff. He wanted that one comment just to be done with it. But I think Sweet Tea was, women gonna keep going. They're gonna keep going back and forth. And I think he just wanted to shut it down. So I mean, I think he did respond. He fell into it too, and he wanted to be controlling and wanted her to shut up, and she didn't. And I think he just got pissed off. He couldn't control Sweet Tea at that point, and he does control her. He controls the purse strings and the money. So he thought he control her, and he couldn't control her in that moment.
I mean, nobody would have been able to control. But the thing is, because Quad was saying now things to dig at her, where she's like, "Oh, you want to be me," or she said something to that effect that triggered T. I would have
exactly. And you think I'm not gonna respond? Yeah, now you're gonna get more of a response. And Dr. G didn't want to keep giving her responses. He wanted to just do that one little comment and end it. But Quad kept like, antagonizing them.
I agree. So there's a couple of comments. So the first one, Due Process said, remember Letitia was originally saying some of the same things about Greg being possessive at Quad. I think he toned it down for TV until Quad pushes buttons. I think he was toning it down, but after a while, he let the man let loose, especially when he went in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Taya said, Quad was fishing for Greg, and he took the bait. Sweet Tea should have listened to her husband. I mean, at that point, CT was going. I think if I was there, my husband was getting very mad and tell me like, quiet. I think I would have. And then there was Quad still pushing like, oh, I would have let my man talk to me like that. So she kept making it even worse. Jella said, I can't have my man tell me to shut up in front of a group of people. No, ma'am. Yeah, he was telling her he was going in.
Yeah, me and him would have started fighting, yo.
Exactly. I think, well, I do have to say, Contessa did real good. She came in with to Quad and kind of try to calm her down. That didn't work, obviously. But I think that was nice of Contessa to get up and kind of make, Quad like, calm down, quiet, don't be so, aggressive. Jealous.
Yeah, because nobody else was actually stopping.
I'm surprised Jackie didn't do it. I'm surprised nobody intervened and calmed Quad down. None of them calmed any of them. Or none of the men got up and.
I wouldn't let my friend embarrass herself like that. I would not have let my friend embarrass herself like that. And they always letting her like spiral.
Well, that means she doesn't have friends there. Let's be sure. Dr. Heavenly wants
exactly.
Drama. That lets me know a lot. You don't have no damn friends. Because if I saw my friend drunk and you're looking like a fool, I'm intervening. Like, quiet. And I'm saying for somebody who's a psychiatrist, you're just sitting there. I mean, where is your professionalism at that point to calm the situation as a psychiatrist?
Intervene and mediate the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, she needs to go. She needs to go. I have a man. Tell me. Okay, so Jealous said, I watch Huntsville. Marcel t-shirt is a whole other ball of wax. Well, yeah, they're a little different, and she really listens to her man, Tisha. Taya said he started telling her nicely. He started yelling because he couldn't get Sweet Tea's attention. I agree. He had to yell at her, but that didn't work. Jella, what do you think about Dr. G leaving the hotel room and wandering off, probably crying? He looked like he was going to get teary-eyed. I think he did the best thing walking off because I think right now he's like, the cameras are rolling. I'm probably going to lose control, and probably who knows how crazy he gets with CT when no one's around. Because he was very loud.
He was pissed.
I think he did the right thing.
He was pissed.
Away. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he really did not. Yeah, he did not want that to spiral out of control, and it absolutely did. Like it all like just got out of like control, and then they fell into her trap. She kept antagonizing him. She was provoked. Quad was provoking the situation, and I could see how G didn't want it to turn into that way. But I probably would have been worse than Toya. I mean, than Sweet Tea. But he probably did wander off. But I don't like the way he treated Sweet Tea. Like, do you really think I'm supposed to sit there and let this woman talk down to me and you? I'm protecting not only myself, but she was protecting him too. Don't talk to him like that. And me and my husband, we are unbothered. And I will let them know that. And he should be okay with that. Like, she's human. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I think Dr. G was wrong in that. Dupas said that oh wait, Taya said, I also think there's a scenario where he didn't want his wife argue with his old work on national TV. That's true too. He didn't want them arguing. Dupas said Quad was definitely wrong. King should have politely said that they were leaving. That's true. He could have probably like, all right, babe, let's go. He didn't do anything. He just sat there like Quad go out.
That's what I said. I don't know why he was sitting there letting this happen. That's embarrassing to him. Like my woman's there provoking her ex, like that's there. Like I'm like, come on now. Like you said you all into me, I made for you. Like bring your attention here, not there. He should have like quietly like scooped up out of there.
Yeah, come on, baby, let's go. I think you had a little bit too much to drink. I didn't realize it till the last episode, but Dr. G lost a lot of weight since the divorce. Yeah, he look good. I mean, for older zaddies, not a daddy, a zaddy.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think Sweet Tea got it.
I was trying to tell you.
A little young.
That's that happy, like, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. To me, he looks like he's happier. He's losing weight. He got the little, I love a beard. You know, I love a beard. Like, he got the little salt and pepper thing going on. He throw on a cap. What? Throw on that New York cap. I
He
might
don't
have
look
to
bad.
be in
I'm
his
not gonna lie.
DMs, but I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he don't look bad. He does. He looks
Mm-hmm.
better now than when he did with Quad. And then Taya said, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he was just. I really think that the woman irritates him. Didn't they both end up mugshots during the divorce? They had mugshots? I don't remember they had mugshots. Ooh,
I know they
interesting.
both called the cops on each other.
Tia said, even Damon touches Heavenly's leg when he wants her to settle down. Yeah, he did tell her, shush. He told her, hush her mouth. I was like, yes, Damon, put her in her place. Because Heavenly ended up saying something. She said something when they were arguing. And he told her, like, quiet.
And I think that's the type of, that's why I feel G, and like not the way he spoke to Sweet Tea, but I do feel that that's the type of control that he wants to have with his wife. Not control, but respect. Like how, like, Heavenly will quiet it down. If all her man got to do is tap her or say whatever he got to say to Heavenly, and she's going to simmer down. And I guess with Sweet Tea, she didn't do that. She didn't do what Dr. G wanted her to do in that moment.
Yeah. And just said King addressed it. He said she had some pent up anger and she was letting it out or something like that. Yeah, I get it, but the pent up anger is one thing, but it was over the top. I think he should have took her and be like, come on, baby, let's go upstairs. Let's go get our 15 times a day and or 15 times a weekend. He should have just get her out. I think he should have just pulled Quad aside when things were getting a little too heated and like, let's go. But he did not. He just left her alone. Just said, yeah, he's a silver fox for sure, and that's for Dr. G. She said, Dupas said, King saying that she'll apologize in the morning is very telling. Seems like he sees and hears Quad's drunken rants often. I thought the same thing. Because he already know, oh, she's going to apologize in the morning. So he probably seen her outburst. Maybe towards him.
Yeah.
That's a red flag right
Probably.
there. And
Exactly. I probably would have been so turned off. And I guess that's love. Like, I probably would appreciate if my man did. Like, sometimes people get drunk and they speak, like I said, a sober mind. And maybe she's not. Maybe it is like, she probably going to say later on that it's going to be like what was the psychiatrist was saying, like it's residual, like the abuse or whatever she was going through. Like, she probably says that. But I do respect the fact that King stuck around, that he is sticking around, because I don't know if my man did that to me, somebody that I'm newly dating, and he's acting like that toward an ex, I would be up out of there. I don't think I would stick around. And he's still there, which shows like that's love. Because I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have stayed. I would have been so turned off.
I don't know if it's love, but he's Jamaican. And I know Jamaican men, sometimes they observe, like, let me see this type of woman, how she's going to act in camera in front of her friends. So I think he was observing.
I don't know. My husband, he's Jamaican, and he would have been up out of there. He probably would have been, he would have been so mad. Jamaicans be having a temper on them.
Yeah, but I think if he reacted to Quad and checked her, I don't think he did it on camera. He could have done it behind the scenes. He could have brought her like, what the blood clot, and really told about her ass in the room. Like, really, you're going to go in there and, like, I think he held his composure, let her do a venting. Really, I like him. And probably checked in the room, like, really, you argue with your man, like your ex over that. Like, I don't think he's dumb. Because if I had my man there, he would have checked me after, like, yo, you really arguing with him? You started this. If he really paid attention, Quad started all this stuff. So that would let me know,
yeah,
you still have feelings for him. Like, what was that all about? So I think
and that's what I'm saying. Maybe she did. And hopefully she didn't argue back with him, because what if she did? Like, a lot of women are not going to hold themselves accountable. Not women, but people will not hold themselves accountable. So maybe she did like just apologize to him. Then the next day she going to apologize to Sweet Tea and Dr. G. So maybe it was a 50-50 kind of effort where King is going to stick around, because maybe Quad did apologize to King for her actions and the way she acted. And I probably would forgive if I did talk to my man and he did some crap like that, and I talked to him and that he was apologetic about it. I probably would be forgiving and stick around. So who knows how she did respond to King later. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She was drunk. She going through trauma, past trauma, post-traumatic trauma. And maybe this is the way she acted out on it, and she apologized later for it, hopefully. And King is still around, so she did something right.
And you got to remember, King might know Quad, like, okay, she's very heated right now. if I try to stop her, she may come at me like, what are you doing? Why are you stopping me? You don't know how she would have reacted if you try to shush her mouth. You don't know. He probably knows quite like, look, she's going on a rant. She's tipsy now. Let her do what she needs to do. And I'm staying out of it because if I get involved, she may come at me. You don't know if she told him like quiet, like, what do you, don't bring me in the room. And then you don't know if she would have argued with him. We don't know how she acts when she's drunk. So that's another thing. Here's another thing. Why are there not one but two lady doctors on the show, but fertility issues are always joked about? That is true. Mind you, Jackie has had fertility issues.
Yeah, and your bestie is the one who was going at, like, talking about Sweet Tea and her fertility issues. Like, she said her dead mother would have more of a chance of having a baby than Sweet Tea would. Like, to say something like that, Dr. Jackie should have definitely checked Heavenly a long time ago about saying the stuff that she says about Sweet Tea.
Well, let's not forget Sweet Tea said something about Dr. Heavenly's mom. She said something about your mother's in hell. Hell, I don't blame Dr. Heavenly for saying that. So my mother's in hell? No. And her mother's dead? No.
The way she said it, it was kind of like a flippant comment. It wasn't even like she said, yeah, your mama's in hell. She said something about, like, Heavenly said something like, your mama. And then she said, yeah, your mama's in hell, or something like that. It wasn't like she just went at her and was like, yeah, your mama's in hell. She said it kind of like as a quick response. You could barely even hear what she said when she said, your mother's in hell. But it was such a quick response. It wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like really a deep dig to me. It was kind of like a real quick response because what Heavenly was doing and what she was saying. So I give Sweet Tea a pass.
No, Heavenly did the right thing saying that to me. So mama's in hell, girl. She has a better chance of having a baby than yours. But again, it's digs. And Quad, that to me, when she mentioned the baby shower and everything, that was a dig to them because she know they're having difficulties. She might, if they did have a baby, well, she never wanted a baby with Dr. G, so I don't think she's gonna really care if they had a baby. But she don't know herself if she has fertility issues yet. She don't have a kid yet with King. So you don't
exactly. I would not. Yeah. I would never, even if I have kids, I don't even know how Heavenly makes fun of people that have fertility issues, because I would be scared. Like, karma goes around. Just because you have kids today don't mean you're gonna have kids tomorrow. Like, I would be very cautious about talking about anybody not being able to have kids, and my mama will be able to have kids. My dead mama gonna have kids before you do. Like, come on now. Like, I don't give a damn if you got kids. Karma comes back around. And you need to be very cautious.
Yeah, you don't know if your kids are gonna have fertility issues. You don't know the person they're gonna be with, married to, have fertility issues. You don't know.
We here today and could be going tomorrow. Like, I would never be talking. Having kids, you gotta be cautious. The karma may not come back to you, but it'll come back to your kids. Your kids could be here today and going tomorrow. Like, I would be very cautious about talking about somebody not having kids and talking about anything dealing with anybody's kids when you have kids, or even if you don't got kids. It could come back either way.
Taya said the fact that she's selling him so hard to us and then didn't that, they will not last that long. I agree. She was selling this guy King too much. I don't know. I didn't hear him talk about her like that. I mean, she's the main person on the show, but she's selling him King this, King that. Because in the confessional, they showed Contessa and Toya, and I think someone else showing how, like, oh, my man. She's ODing. Even when I saw her Quad in the Sherry Shepherd, she was on the show and interviewed, and he had a picture of her shirt. I was like, oh, show a picture of my man for his shirt. Look at my man. Too much promoting this man. That's how you got these slide in his DM all of a sudden. You saying too much about how great he is. He's gonna end up finding one of them Atlanta strippers sliding right in his DM. If he's such a gem, keep it quiet. It's kind of like she's showing off too much of this guy. So
And
to
I
me,
wouldn't give him that much. I'm sorry. You got to still keep a little, like, give him a little bit of compliments, but let's not OD with it. Like, you don't want to give him too much accolades. Like, just enough. That's cool, but I'm not gonna be going all over TV, like promoting him, like he's a piece of meat. Like, no, like you said, it's gonna be so embarrassing, and it's still kind of new. Like, it's gonna be embarrassing if it does unravel and fall apart. Like, she's gonna look dumb. And I do wish her the best. They are a fabulous looking couple, but she does need to simmer down. Like, you don't got to promote him so much, girl.
she's promoting him, like, and that lets me know why you want everybody to think he's so great. If he's so great, he's so great. Why that you feel like you need to tell, like, oh, he's so great, he's so great. Yo, before we get to the comments, you know what part made me feel like, oh my God, this is a little too much. When Toya was talking about, she does this to her husband all the time. What's her husband's name again? I forgot. Her husband, and they would talk about when King came with his shirt off, and she was like, "Oh, he came with his shirt. Oh, I didn't marry an athletic man." Do you remember when she kind of played him again?
Yes. And
I
then
said,
she
"Why?"
kept like practically salivating over the man. You see, he don't even got to move, and his triceps move with him. Like, she was
Yeah,
just, you too descriptive.
and she said, "Oh, the only other
Yeah.
man
Like,
that she ever."
she was like practically, yeah, she like foaming at the mouth over the man.
Yes, too much.
Calm down, Toya. Your husband's here.
That's what. And she said, "Oh, the only person else that she had their shirt off is," she said, mentioned a football player, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Eugene or Vagina, whatever his name was." I said, "Oh my God, you're doing
Gina.
Eugenia." I said, "You're doing way too much. This is so bad on this man. Like, I would not be able to sit around my boyfriend and be like, oh yeah, the guy had his shirt out, and the only person, or nobody else should have their chest showing, but the guy that's a football player." Like, Toya is doing too much. I don't know how Eugene ends
Yeah.
up having self-esteem, because she puts him down any chance she has. It makes him feel bad. Oh, I thought he got
Embarrassing.
athletic. I was like, well, my ass would be like, well, you should have then. He's such a wuss. King, where are we with the comments? King addressed it. He said, okay, we said that she had pent up anger. She is a fox. Did I read all the comments? The fact that she's selling so much. Jella said, quad started, but Dr. G engaged her, and she got the best out of him and Sweet Tea. Yeah. After she slept it off a little bit. After, yeah, Quad don't like apologize, and without the how they wronged me. Yeah. Taya said maybe the
Yes.
15 times a day isn't how King shuts her up. Yeah, because he mentioned something of that annoys him if her sleeping. And everybody's like, oh yeah, because you be putting her to sleep. I'm like, calm down, people. Calm
Yeah,
down.
that's what I'm saying. They was doing too much. Like, I don't know. I would have been like, and Dr. G was not reacting to it, and they wanted him to. And I was proud of Dr. G up until the moment he did speak out.
I was too. Jill said, and two, Jackie is an OBGYN is probably problematic. I agree. I mean, if you know there's issues there with fertility, you shouldn't let them make Sweet Tea feel bad about it. But Jackie, I question her too. Who else is there? What is the next question? I'm trying to scroll up. On camera, Tessa on camera, but due to their profession, Jackie and someone should address those comments. I agree. She should address those comments, and they do not. They just let it slide, like they don't hear. Just like Portia used to do with her boyfriends on Housewives. I don't remember. What did Portia do for boyfriends? I don't remember what Portia used to do for boyfriends. Boyfriend had boyfriends in our show? I don't remember having that many boyfriends in Atlanta Housewives. Eugene. Taya said, never flaunt the rebound that hard. You shouldn't have to tell us how good you have it. We can, exactly. You don't have to say how good your relationship is. We will see it for ourselves. Why are you saying, oh, he's such a great dad? He should be a great dad. Oh, this man is this. God sent him to so much. Every time she talks about this guy, it's like, you're gonna end up making people not like him. Like, really, he's really that great? It's just way too much. To me, it's just she's showing off. And she picked them.
It's going to be embarrassing if they break up. That's the only part that I'm afraid for. And that's the part that I would be afraid too when I would date guys. I would never show them on the internet. You ain't seeing nobody maybe until after years until we marry. Okay. Nobody ain't gonna know about him. Like, I would never. This is too embarrassing if it breaks up. It's happened from when I was young. She's too old for these antics.
Yeah, it's too it's overdone. like even though Dr. G and Sweet Tea got married and they seemed happy, he wasn't, oh, my wife, my wife, my wife. She was like, my man, my man, my man. You happy, you happy. People are gonna see the happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just annoying. Hopefully he marries her, she has a kid, because if he dumps her, it's gonna be embarrassing. And they replay this, she's gonna look real dumb. Because they're gonna replay this. If they were to break up, she better leave that show and don't go back on there.
I would be embarrassed.
Taya said, I think Toya and Jean play like that. I think so too. Jella said, I don't like how Toya talks about her husband. Now that's awkward. I agree. Jella said, wasn't it one of the men who said King was putting Toya to sleep? Yes, I think it was Cecil. I ain't like that either. You're gonna high five to me.
No, it wasn't Cecil.
It was Cecil who said that. Oh,
I think it wasn't it the football player or something? It was like, I don't think it was Cecil. It was like the football player, I think, or someone.
I don't know which husband, but he got up and gave King a high five. I think that was disrespectful to me. If I'm sitting there, because to me and maybe I'm wrong. To me, is you're imagining her having sex. I don't know, because if she's like, oh yeah, he said the one on the I think she be asleep, and you're like, yeah, because he be putting her to sleep, and you get up and give a high five, like, sit your ass down. We give him a high five because he having sex over.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That to me was inappropriate.
Yeah, that was corny.
Man got up and did that. I thought it was Cecil. I don't know who got up and did that. If anybody remember which husband got up and gave King a high five for putting Quad to sleep, or we think that's why she's sleeping.
Oh yeah, it was Contessa's husband. It was Contessa's husband.
Contessa's husband. That's worse too, because he's supposed to be a cheat. He's a cheater, from what I heard allegedly. So nah, I'm not feeling that. Don't go be.
It was Contessa's husband.
Yeah, it was. Don't be getting no damn high five. Sit your ass down. She like how Toya talks. Yeah, she said that. Dupa said Toya tries to be comedic relief on the show, but it's usually at husband expense. The jokes are rude and bad. I agree. He don't check her. Jella, she oversold them prematurely. I agree. Quiet, slow your roll, girl. Said the storyline should be Jackie helping Dr. G and Sweet Tea. Yeah, what happened with that? Just remember.
No, I wouldn't go to Dr. Jackie either. Like, that's Heavenly's people. If I'm Sweet Tea, I'm not going to Dr. Jackie. That should be the last person I go to.
It seemed like it. Last season, it seemed like she and Dr. in the beginning, because they had a fallout, and Dr. Jackie was kind of like in a place where they were gonna be close and she possibly would help her, and then they had a big fallout towards the end. So Jackie had nothing to do with her. Jelly, remember she threw a whole party for a new boyfriend. They lasted a few weeks. Then she had some other boyfriend. It was a lot. I don't remember. Portia, I can't remember. She did that. I can't remember. So Taya said King gonna give a call to Tasha Kate. You never know. That's what I want to know. What the hell's going on with King? We need to find out if there's any dirt. Dr. Sidebar, I'm tired of Letitia talk about her period every episode. Well, after she talked about her period this episode, another thing Quad said that was kind of like a dig, which like, well, you guys need to be having sex more to have a baby. That's how it all started. Because I think they said they had twice a week, but then when they're trying to have a baby, they do it more. You guys need to have
and then
sex.
I think that's the comment I think that provoked Quad, is when Sweet Tea was like, yeah, when it's fertility time, we go in even harder, or whatever she said. I think that's the part that maybe got under Quad's skin, because that's when Quad really turned it up a couple of notches, when Sweet Tea said, yeah, we get it in more when it's fertility time. I don't know. I think that triggered Quad.
But why would it trigger Quad if she said, I think somebody repeated that Quad didn't have sex with Dr. G for 3 years, which I never understood how that happened, but whatever. She wasn't having sex with him for 3 years. Why would you care now he's having sex with somebody else? And you got a man that is putting it down. I don't know. I think she's still, some is still there. I don't think she's still attracted to him. I just think she doesn't want him. Like, he's showing that he's happy, lost weight. Like we were saying, he's a silver fox now. I believe that makes Quad feel away. So I do think that could trigger her when she knows that now, like, that's all they needed to have a baby, and Quad didn't do that for him. Maybe she didn't want to have a baby, who knows? But
now he's happy, and then he's gonna have the complete family, hopefully. I think that might have triggered Quad when Sweet Tea said that.
Or do you think King is not putting it down? Is that possible?
I think he is, but I think it don't have nothing to do with King. I think Quad is still fixated on Dr. G and his relationship on the low. I think she definitely has some type of triggers when it comes to Dr. G still.
Why you left the man, didn't want him, he was abusive, all this other stuff. I don't get it. She got issues. Taya said Dr. G said that was why he ended up cheating. Well, of course, you're not giving a man sex for 3 years. What man wouldn't cheat? You don't give them sex for 3 to 4 days, they probably cheat on your ass. So 3 years, yes, I understand why the man cheat.
No, but I watched the old episode. I watched the old episode of that incident when they was accusing each other of abuse. Apparently, Dr. G couldn't get it up. That was the problem, remember? That's why they couldn't have sex. She accused him of not being able to get it up. And then that's why she was saying he's cheating, because then she was like, yeah, you able to get it up with other women, but you can't get it up with me. And you don't think I'm sexy? Like, I am sexy. And then he was like, no, it's because I work a lot. I do a lot. Like, and when I come home, I'm tired, and then I get into it with you. That's why I can't get it up. So he admitted to not being able to get an erection when he was with Quad.
He probably just turned off. I mean, men are visuals, but maybe he was emotionally turned off. I was like, ugh, I'm getting somewhere else.
And exactly. And she's talking, and then now you come to today, and now Sweet Tea talking about they having sex twice a day, and they go harder when it's fertility time, and then he couldn't get his penis up when he was with Quad. I think that triggered Quad.
And maybe Quad, she stayed in the marriage long enough, and she probably felt like, oh my God, maybe he's doing right by her more than he did right by me. Why is that? You never know. She could feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, he's happy with her. They're having sex. They're probably having a family, whatever. Even though she didn't want one, she sees he looked better. She cannot say, oh my God, he fell apart. His skin looked clear. He looked younger. He lost weight. He's dressing better. She cannot say he don't look good. You married him looking worse than he does now.
Exactly.
So when she look at him, like, oh God, you do look better. He looks better. Jealous.
And when your man start looking better and you're not with him, I will feel away. If my ex start looking better,
we want them to look worse, not better. Jealous said, but
exactly, fall apart.
Yeah, I want you to look like you
fall apart if he's not with me.
Exactly.
Yeah, crying and weeping all over the place, not looking like some strong, healthy silver fox.
Exactly. I know Quad looking like, oh, because you remember when they went last season, when they went to that whatever thing she had, oh my God, the Met Gala, and she, oh, can I give him a hug? She asked Sweet Tea, why the hell you want to hug him for? Like
a hug on his neck. Oh, let that.
Child, she was like, Lord, Dr. G. And that's the crazy part. This is not, let's go back, ladies. Because at that time, she would have been with King. Because she said it was almost 2 years or something. So when she was asking for a hug and sniffing his neck and that cologne, was she with King? Because she said she was with him for almost 2 years.
Apparently so. Apparently so. And that's what I'm saying. She want a neck hug. She want all this stuff. And now you're talking about that you want to throw it in a circle. You want to throw baby showers. She's just doing too much. And now she's all like traumatized by the trauma, the past trauma. But then you want to hug his neck. It's like you said, sniff his neck and all of that. I don't know. I think she's having some type of regrets or something.
And you have King. I wouldn't want to sniff nobody's neck if I got that man by my side. You want to sniff your old husband neck that did you wrong, cheated on you. You said he verbally attacked you, abusive control, all that stuff. And you want to, I don't even want to touch him, let alone give him a hug and sniff his neck. Child, now we get deeper into this. Jella said, didn't it come out that Sweet Tea knew a long time ago that she had fertility issues and married Dr. She that's what I said last time. Elisa thinks I was wrong, that she didn't know. I think she knew something and just married him anyway.
I just think she's so dense. Like, I don't know. She's like a dunce. Like, I'm thinking, like, did she put 2 and 2 together? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't think you really know until you start trying. Like, was she actively trying? Like, you know, you might have like irregular periods and stuff like that. I had irregular periods too when I was young, and I was thinking like, could this be a problem? So I just think that she might have problems. You really don't know 100% till you start trying, and then it's like when you start trying, it's like, oh goddamn, like this is related to the this and that and the other and the fibroids and this. So I just think she might not have known.
I don't know. I think she may have known a little bit. Taya said Quattro Dr. G was a simp when she couldn't have her way with him. With him, she wanted out. I agree. He looks like a simp. He looked like deal with Quad. He's stepped up with Sweet Tea. Now he knows, like, I'm not gonna let this chick it to me. Where are we now? Some of the comments. Trying to look better. Jealous Quad Doctor was a simp. Jealous said, but when he was with Quad, he was getting it up with other women, wasn't he? He was. He was just getting up with Quad. He was tired of her ass. He probably was like, look, I can't do it.
No, allegedly. I watched that clip just today that he was getting up with other women. I think it was alleged that Dr. G was getting it up with other women.
It was alleged. Didn't they catch him at a hotel for another woman? He admitted that he went to some woman's room. Yes, they caught him with another woman. And Quad was highly upset. And then it was like, well, why are you upset? You're not having sex with this man for 3 years. Yes, they caught him. I don't know if it was TMZ. Somebody.
Okay, they did catch him in the hotel. Oh yeah, I think that did come out later in the reunion.
Yeah, and then he said yes, he met these women and he went to a hotel. He said nothing happened, blah blah blah. And Quad was mad, and we like, why? You're not giving the man sex? What do you expect? Terry said, remember Dr. G's Quad's wedding was called off 24 to 48 hours prior. Toya brought that up. That's why Quad has had issues with Toya. Yes, the first season. Quad's wedding was called off 24 hours or 48 hours before the wedding. I remember. And then they ended up getting married. It was called off. Quad.
Wasn't it because of prenup or something? Like, was it a prenup or something that they would have an issue? Why didn't they get married?
I don't know. They were having issues, but they were set to get married in 24 or 48 hours before the wedding. It had nothing to do. I don't remember about a prenup. I think they had like some big old argument, and then they didn't get married. I mean, they didn't get married at that time, and they didn't get married. Drew said they tried to look better to show you what you're missing. I agree, and that showed Quad she missed a whole lot, I guess. Jella, because she wanted access to his money, she said it on camera. Ooh, okay, that's why I guess they called off the wedding. Taya said she wasn't diagnosed until after the marriage. The good doctors knows.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. You don't know until you start trying. I think then you get diagnosed after you trying and the sperm don't stick or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, Ted said, and another miseducation moment for Jackie someone could have used. That's true. Jill, it was exposed that he was getting it up with other women. I remember that. Drew Process said, let me see. He's doing with Letitia only twice a week and then newlywed. Sounds like he's still getting it popping. Exactly. Twice a week. I mean, they should have it more if they want to have kids. Ted said they had some huge arguments here, Jill. Taya said, we all want access to the money, though. That's damn right. I mean, if you marry an old man and got money, you want access to that. I marry you old and you got money and I can't have access. But Sweet Tea doesn't have access from what she said to Heavenly and to them. She don't have access to
Dr. G is a smart man. Dr. G is a smart man.
And he probably learned from Quad, like, look, I messed up in my first marriage. I'm not letting this woman take control of anything. So Sweet Tea thought maybe she was going to have access. She probably does try, but she has access to luxury, which is living in Quad's old house. So I don't know how luxurious that is. But other than that, I don't think he don't look like the type that's into like fast cars or expensive stuff. He looks like I make money, decent money, but he lives a normal life. I don't think he's buying $1 million watches or $1 million homes and that private jets and showing off on the gram like Quad is doing. I think he has a good amount of money saved. He's waiting for his little retirement. He works and he just has a simple life.
And I think that I think she just wants the prestige of being married to a doctor, to say like my man like is a doctor, because that's how they are on the New Jersey Housewives. You don't really watch that too much, but that's how like the wife is married to a doctor. Every chance she get, my husband is a doctor. My husband is a doctor. What are you doing with your life? All you talking about your husband is a doctor. So I think that Letitia wanted that prestige of being a doctor's wife, as opposed to like, yeah, she did want access to the money, but I think she'll take anything at this point because she's married to a doctor. That's good enough for her.
Exactly, especially coming from it looks like a small town, I think from Texas. I think with her marrying a doctor and then being a big TV show, getting something that's a big deal. Taya said, but
Yeah.
said that pre-wedding. Okay, but I think that was it for this episode. It looks like it's gonna get better. Drew Pastor said, someone. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wait, Jealous said someone asked Sweetie what was her favorite thing about being with the doctor, and she did say that last season. She said, "Ask
Mm-hmm.
Teaser said she didn't watch the show, but she was definitely a fan. She watched the damn show. I don't believe she watched the show. I don't believe she watched. She watched.
Exactly.
Let's say I didn't know who Dr. G was because I don't watch all the Housewives shows. She found him how? How did he find him? You just slid into his random old man's DMs.
And you put bottles and babies up, like you
Exactly.
knew what you was doing.
You watched the show. Now, let's say you didn't watch the show. Once I found out, Greg, I started figuring it out. I would look up the show and look up the whole damn thing. So I believe she knew who he was. I don't believe she didn't watch the show. Think she knew exactly
Mm-hmm.
who he was, what he wanted, slid into the DM, probably sent him some sort of pictures, and that was it. So Taya said, but I'm not mad at her for that. She dates with intentions. I agree. Dupat said, Phaedra's dude who invites a stranger to go away. I mean, she needed a man there. She needed a body. She is like she said, it was a couple's trip.
She needed to scrape up somebody. I probably would have too. Like when it comes to like stuff like that, and my ex is gonna be there with his wife, I would have scraped up somebody would have
Any
came with
man,
me.
some good looking man, somebody with a body. He looked good. He looked like a model. The only thing was stupid. I'm like, why is he wearing shades? It's dark at night. Like that was too much. When they walked in, he had shades on. I hate when people that wear shades at night. That was the only thing.
Yeah,
But
don't try too much. Keep it cool.
yeah, he was trying a little bit too much. So I think overall, I would have done the same thing like Phaedra. Like, I need a man. You better act like you like me. I'll pay for your trip. It's a free trip and you get to be on TV. What man would say no? And Tia said, I
Exactly.
didn't see nothing wrong with Phaedra bringing data. Yeah, I would have brought somebody. It's a couple's trip. She get paid per episode. Last season she had nobody, which I don't understand why last season she didn't bring somebody. My husband's coming with his wife. I don't want to look like the person without a man. Nah, I'm bringing somebody. She did the right thing. Bring somebody and show him off, girl. He look good too. So Apollo's gonna feel type of way.
Exactly.
Jill said, I wonder if Phaedra is still with him. Probably not. She probably would not with that man.
Absolutely not. I don't even think she was into him even bringing him on a trip. It was just like, let me just come with me. We not, we might not be together, but just come with me. I don't think that she's with him at all. I didn't see the chemistry. I saw like her trying, like she like what?
She like men's with money. I don't think he has money where Phaedra would want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Status when it comes to money. But that was it for the season. Looks like I can't wait to see that fight or whatever is going to happen between. Oh, there's more questions. Tia said, I also think Heavenly was trying to set her up and Phaedra caught on and surprised them with a date. She did surprise him with the date. She did.
I would have did the same thing. I like the way she did that though. I like the way she did it. Like nobody knew and she just walked in with him.
Yeah, I like the walk in and part together. Like, everybody's like, oh, who's that? I think she did a great.
He definitely was an accessory. I agree.
And a good accessory too. Look good too. So I think that was it for this episode. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
It was probably the best episode for the season. I'm looking forward to see what happened on that beach when King.
Yes, the next episode, it looked like now Dr. G gonna be running, like how Heavenly was running from Contessa. Dr. G gonna be running from King.
But he stepped up to King first, though. It looked like he came up at King, but I don't know. He did that Jamaican run and it was going. I was like, oh my God. So I don't know if it's going to show that King has a temper. I don't know what's going to happen. But again, King, you are in your 30s. You're going to try to fight a man close to his 60s. I don't know. I got to see the
No,
scene.
but I'm with Dr. G though. I just feel like I'm predicting that King is just going to react like how Quad was trying to get a reaction. I believe that King's gonna try to save face for his woman and probably like Dr. G. I think he's gonna speak his piece and then King is gonna react and it was all Quad's fault. So I'm team Dr. G.
Right now, I can't say. I have to see the scene. And this episode,
I'm predicting. I already know.
You predicting what? That King is wrong?
Yeah, I believe that Dr. G was in the right, and he's probably going to speak up about it. And being that Quad is, King's woman, he gonna try to, protect her or whatever, especially with it being on TV. I believe that King is just going to blindly defend her, but I believe that whatever Dr. G is going to respond, I just believe that Dr. G, he has logic, he's sensible. I believe that whatever he's gonna say, I believe that it's going to have some valid points. So that's what I'm predicting for next week. I believe that I'm going to be team Dr. G. Whatever he got to say, I'm team Dr. G.
Well, from what I saw a little bit clip, I think he stepped up to King, like puffed his chest up and said something.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looked like he put him in his place. Like, what? Who you think you stepping up to? He said something to him and stepped to King. And then King reacted. That's what I think I saw in the previews. I could be wrong. But right now, I can't see who team I'm on. This episode, team Sweet Tea and Greg. But next episode, I don't know. I might sway and be Team Quad and King. I don't know. Right now, I don't know for next season. Some Sweet Tea is going to be solid. So Dr. G probably got his butt whooped on that beach. Well, we know he called the cops and they put I think he put a restraining order. He called the cops. So when what's his name?
He shouldn't. I don't know about that. Like, I hate when they start calling the cops over a Bravo show or whatever. It's not like, I don't know. Maybe he put his hands on him, but I don't know about calling no cops when you both are men.
From Heavenly's YouTube channel, she said there was some sort of connection. I don't know if it was a punch, a smack, a push. So he probably did a restraining order. Once he does, and Dr. G's smart. Once he does a restraining order, what does that mean? He can't be on the show. Or they can't shoot scenes
and he's a doctor. He's a doctor. You got more to lose if you like try to punch somebody out too. Like, I got more to lose. Like, I would probably be calling him all kind of bums. I mean, I know he owns a business or whatever, but when I'm a doctor, I know I got more to lose than you as an entrepreneur or whatever. He owns like he's a car salesman, business, whatever. I think that is good on Dr. G's part for calling the authorities.
Yeah, but what he also did is where he won't be able to shoot any scenes with him there. So if there's any scene he's gonna be, Quad would have to be there by herself. If there's any couples trips, he can't come. So he's made it to where he's limited with screen time. And Quad a lot of these events, if there's like a group event by herself, so he kind of stuck it at her. Oh, you're gonna brag about this man? All right, here you go. How many scenes they're gonna have with Quad? And what he could do every time they have an event, he's gonna show up. He's a cast member. He's not. So the producers are gonna be like, well, look, King can't be here. King. Because there was a scene where Quad said, oh, now I don't have my safety blanket or something like that. So he kind of said the tone for the rest of the season and next season. The restraining order could be indefinite. And this man can no longer be on the show. Not only that, even if if he's like, he can't be 100 feet from me. He can't be around the studio. He can't be anywhere. Quad is probably going to have to just shoot scenes with Dr. G's nowhere around.
Yeah.
King needs to check to shut up. I don't think so. I mean, Quad needed to shut the hell up.
Not the way Quad was acting. The way Quad was acting, I think, he did. I would have let that slide if I was King, because the way Quad was acting, you drunk, sloppy, trying to provoke your ex. I wouldn't have let that slide with for Dr. G. I would have let him have that one.
I think King handled himself the right way. He didn't come out pocket and say F you, bitch. He didn't say anything to King, like, you and your whack ass man. He didn't say nothing. I don't think the disrespect was that severe and it wasn't for King to jump in. I think what he should have done is calm down, possibly like, all right, baby, let's go in the room and then put it down and put you to sleep. Something like that. Made it that kind of way. Kissed her, carried her out, whatever he needed to do. I think that's what he should have done. Going to rant and look crazy. I'm just at the way Sweet Tea.
Wait, but Dr. G was bloodied up. That's crazy. If he was bloodied up, then he needs to be off the show. If King put the paws on him,
and Dr. G would have lost that fight. Now let's be honest, Dr. G would have lost that fight. Now my question is,
he's older. I don't think he's gonna be as fast.
Now, my question is, were the men there having Dr. G's back? That's what I want to see. Where was Damon Daddy? Where was Eugenia? Where was all of these men? Cecil? Were they there supporting Dr. G, or they're like, yo, let him get his butt kicked by this young buck?
Don't look like it. The way King was running at him, I don't think so, but we'll see.
The one person I did see standing between them was Phaedra's man. Because he's young too, so he probably was the only one that could control King. The other old people were like, oh, yo, I don't know, control this young man. I don't want to get hurt. They're doctors. They don't want to mess up their hands and break their backs. Trying to stop him. He on his own. So I can't wait for next season. We're going to be in, ladies, here next time to talk about this. But right now, we did Married to Medicine. We did Potomac. This was great tea. Oh, my God. And one more comment. I hit subscribe so that I can check you all about next. Yes. Another subscriber. Check us out.
And please don't forget to hit the like button.
Comment
hit that like button, the subscribe button, so we can, be in, it's better for the algorithm to get us out there. So thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for the chat, ladies. Stay tuned. We're going to make another video next week, because we want to know about the fight. We want to know what's going on.
Yes. And see the blood and the hands and feet being put on Dr. G. Not that that's good, because I'm team Dr. G.
I don't know whose team I'm on yet. Okay. All right. Good night.
Night. Smooches. Thank you for watching.